Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by now. Here's JP.
All right, I'm back, and I'm pissed. I took a vacation sitting out in the sun, drinking blue drinks with yellow umbrellas, and I come back pissed. Why? The ballpark deal's falling apart now.
Why can we not hear JP now? I can't hear you, JP.
You can't hear me? How about now?
Uh-oh.
Check.
Uh-oh.
Check.
Heard you find him a second ago.
Yeah, I don't know what
Maybe
happened.
You need to pop out and pop back in. I don't know what's happening right now.
I don't know what happened. It's all there.
Got nothing. Can you hear me?
Yeah. All right, let me pop out.
There he goes. Probably needs to pop out of the room. JP will be back. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me know in the comments if y'all can hear everybody okay. It is the JP Peterson Show. It is not another IndyCarTim takeover because JP is here. We just can't hear him. But lots of stuff to get to today in our special time slot. Make sure you guys check social media. We'll go over it today as well about the times of the shows the next few days. Actually, this week and next week, we'll be changing some of the days to 1 to 3 Eastern to accommodate Bucs OTAs, which is in the morning during our show when JP can be there and then come back in the afternoon and actually do the show.
How about now?
I hear you.
Yes. You hear me? You hear me? Am I on?
Yes, I hear you. We have you, JP.
All right.
I don't know what the heck that was. That was weird.
I don't either.
We were talking seconds before we went on the air.
You heard me, and then I just went away.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I'm hearing like a little like fuzzy thing in my ear too, but nobody cares. It's like staticky. You hear that?
I don't hear it.
I shut everything down over the weekend, so it's been off for like 4 days. So when we come back, who knows? But you can hear me now, so off we go.
We got you.
All right, so I know there's a lot of changes going on. We apologize. The Bucs were supposed to do OTAs for the media today. That didn't happen, so they pushed it to Thursday. So we will do also do this schedule on Thursday, 1 to 3, so I can go out to OTAs and get the interviews as well. So thanks to the Bucs for that. I think one of the reasons they did that is because the cut for the cure, which Brian Ford does. Oh, the static went away. That's good, Timmy, whatever you did. Cut for the cure, Brian Ford, their CEO, Bucs CEO. That's his deal. The pediatric cancer, they've raised almost $1 million. We were heading out there anyway for that as well. So that will happen right afterwards. So the media will already be there, so we can all do that as well. So I think that all kind of comes together nicely. So we'll do that on Thursday, regular time tomorrow, and all kinds of fun. All right, let's set up the show today. We got Baker Mayfield stuff to talk about. I know you guys have been talking about it, but I think I have a unique take on this. So I'm going to hit you with that right here in just a little bit. So
I told y'all JP's going to come back thinking he's special again. He's going to come back. He's got all the answers.
That's right. Well, how did you people even live while I was gone? That's how I need to know.
It wasn't pretty.
How did you even breathe?
These last two shows were not pretty, JP. I can tell you right now.
So we're going to get into that. We're going to get into Rays, Red Sox from last night. That was a good, solid win. Definitely something we needed to see. So we'll get into that as well. Yes, there are ballpark things that we got to talk about since you guys shit on them for the last 2 days. We'll talk about the most important story in the history of Tampa Bay sports and politics, but we will do that. We'll bring it back. There's a lot of sky is falling again, so hopefully we'll get that right.
You want to hear something funny, JP, kind of along those lines?
Sure.
The Stars announced their plans for $1 billion arena plus another $2 to $3 billion entertainment district around the around the Willow Bend Mall. Last week, they announced plans for this. Last night, the city of Plano approved $700 million in public funds to help out with this. It took less than a week, JP.
For the city of Plano.
Yeah.
Not Dallas.
No.
Not Dallas. For the city of Plano, Texas.
Took a week.
A week. What do these people know that we don't know? I don't know. My goodness. Oh, dude. That is funny. Thank you for that.
Mhm.
There's all these cities are just lining up to do this, and we're like, I don't know.
We need fire trucks.
It sure don't look right to me.
And you know what?
Them billionaires coming in here, sashaying with all that money, trying to throw it in our face, saying they're going to. I don't know. They're trying to steal something from us. We best go find out what they're doing. Right away. We got to find it out. I know I don't know how to use a computer or anything, but damn it, we're not giving them any money. Sorry.
By the way, the city of Plano has plenty of fire trucks.
Accent, did you? No. That's just the way it feels, though. Like, here we are with this great opportunity, and we're just like, I don't know. And everybody else is just dying to do it. You know why? Because it makes sense. Makes money. Makes a lot of money. Proven. Model been proven. But anyway, let's not get into that just yet. I'm going to get into the Brandon Sorsby thing as well. What the hell's going on at Texas Tech? What the hell? What kind of justice we got going on in Texas, Timmy?
Yeah, that news broke while we were on the air yesterday.
Move to this place in Lubbock. Then we're going to let a Lubbock judge decide whether their star quarterback's going to play or not. These days, it's like, who cares about the law? Who cares about the rules? Let's just fix everything and move on. We don't have to just bring a judge in here and I don't need them law books. Get them away from here. I got work to do.
I also have an interesting perspective on this, obviously being somewhat local and being a Texas Tech fan. All right, of course, and following and covering the team for FanStream Sports. I have a perspective on this we'll get into when we get there. But I've got some questions. Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's get into it. And I want to start with the Baker stuff. Because I'm like you on Friday when I heard the interview went, okay, saw this coming. Kind of saw this coming, didn't we? Yeah, it was a little bit more direct, honestly, than I thought it would be. Mm-hmm. But it's interesting nonetheless. So to review, and this is interesting, okay? When the Buccaneers do interviews and stuff for the players during the OTAs, right? They bring out the backdrop, they put them up there, they do the interviews, and they transcribe them and everything. Now, I know this was at his camp, and it was his camp, and it was in the indoor facility where they typically don't have, but they could have brought the backdrop over, whatever. It was like almost like an unofficial interview. Mm-hmm. It's like, why has Baker not been up there at the podium where all the other players were? This was his football camp that he had scheduled for a long time. And then he did his media availability there. Interesting tidbit as I connect all the dots. Just remember that. Mm-hmm. He didn't do an official Buccaneers interview over there. Just, they pick out the players. We've been doing this for a few weeks. No Baker Mayfield. He's been out there. He's been out there throwing, doing all his things, and they, the media will request, and then the staff will go, okay, here's what you got. I'm not saying there's anything nefarious going on here. Don't get me wrong. Nothing nefarious. It kind of paints where Baker is with the organization, I think. And I don't know which way this is going, but we'll tie it all together here in just a little bit. Let's listen to the interview from Friday. Baker Mayfield.
Asked about his I think first and foremost, regardless, we've built roots here in Tampa. We love the community. We love being here. They've embraced us, and we enjoy being here. And obviously, going to raise kids here, but contract stuff it's happening. It's starting the talks and whatnot, but not anywhere close to what we were thinking. So would love to be here long term. And as of right now, that's not exactly the case. But I'm under contract for 2026, and the guys in that locker room, the staff know that I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to do everything I can to help this team win a Super Bowl, and that's, to me, that's the priority. Everything else will take care of itself. Obviously, yes, I would love to have a long-term deal done, but they know my deadline is as soon as training camp starts. We're not doing any contract stuff. It's all ball. So it's not up to me when that gets done by. But so hopefully before that. If not, it's still gonna have a good year.
JP, when I played this yesterday,
mm-hmm.
the first thing that popped out to me, and maybe you have a perspective on this, is when he said that negotiations are starting. Why are they just now starting in the first week of June?
Yeah.
Like why now, knowing that you're up against training camp?
Mm-hmm.
And that, look, Baker says he doesn't want to negotiate.
Yeah. I mean, training camp's not till, late July. So
Right. Baker says he doesn't want to negotiate during training camp in the season. The team definitely does not want to do that. You had January to start this, knowing what was happening. And I'm saying this for both sides. I'm not just throwing this on the Bucs. This is also on Baker. Why would you guys not get together before the first week of June to at least start discussions?
And then also there was a part of it where he said they didn't even counter the offer because it was so low. I mean, so this is very interesting. Now we have a couple other sound bites. I'm not sure how long they last. How long is this? Is from Good Morning Football?
Yeah, I played this one yesterday too, but you weren't here for it, so I thought we would throw this in here for you as well, JP.
All right, let's listen here.
Yeah, I think I was with you at first, man. Ty. I didn't think it was a big deal, but more I stewed on it, I'm starting to think it is a big deal because I think the Bucs right now are trying to figure out is Baker Mayfield still a franchise quarterback or is he a high-end stabilizer, right? And I think right now, and I give Baker a lot of credit. When Brady left the building, he gave him a lot of credibility. He's tough. He plays tough. He's shown that he can lead a playoff. We talk about a locker room that just lost Mike Evans, who just lost Levante David. The last thing they need is a disgruntled Baker Mayfield going into training camp. They can't afford that. So they have to figure this out, KB. Hopefully it's sooner than later.
Yeah, JP, he was talking to you, apparently.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's such an interesting dynamic what it looks like from the outside as well. All right, we got one more. This is from Pat McAfee show.
Yep.
All right.
And I haven't heard this one yet.
Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are not going to be negotiating once training camp starts. No. This is not abnormal. I think people tried to make this seem like this was a bigger deal than it actually was. They're not anywhere close. And then there was reports that he's asking for $65 million a year. And then his people came out and said, we're not asking for $65 million a year. What are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offering? How long ago did Baker sign a deal with Tampa Bay? It felt like it wasn't that long ago, but it was a shorter deal, obviously, because now he's in his third chapter, which has become his home and his perfect place. We've heard Jason Lake, the general manager, come out and say that he absolutely loves Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's a perfect quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Obviously, they lose Mike Evans, so maybe they are in a little bit of a turnover, but they still have incredible offensive weapons all over the place, including Ruben Bain, I believe, getting drafted for the defensive side. So whenever you think about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFC South, you like them. You think Baker and Tampa Bay like each other. Then this news comes out and you get a little bit worried. Yeah. I don't think we're anywhere near done negotiating. If you say in training camp, we still got time. And there's been a lot of players that have said, I don't want to go into the season negotiating because that's a lot of drama. Like, I don't want to do that. Yeah. So I would like this to be done by training camp. And if not, we'll wait until after season. I don't think it's necessarily the most negative thing on earth that this is happening.
The last guy I can remember, at least, that ended up getting paid was Jamar Chase. I think didn't he go into the year and didn't get paid, and then he broke the bank and reset the market at $40 million at the wide receiver. So yeah, this is not abnormal. It is abnormal with a franchise quarterback though, and or guys that we deem or view as franchise quarterbacks, especially in the age range that Baker Mayfield is in. I'm sure him and his team feel like, look, I proved myself, I've earned it. You want that security going into the season, especially like you said, losing a guy, a pillar like Mike Evans.
We haven't talked about that at all.
I know. Now we look
Nobody has talked about the San Francisco 49ers having Mike Evans.
You look at Baker as, obviously he's a franchise quarterback, but he should be that next pillar with Levante David retiring, Mike Evans going on. So you got him. Ibuka probably going to be the number one, Godwin. So I expected something to get done, and we still have time up until training camp. But if he goes into training camp, that's just more motivation for a guy that seems like he's always got some type of chip on his shoulder when he's playing the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, there's so much to this to unwrap. It's such a juicy topic. I love it. So let me start with this. First of all, he signed a deal, 3 years, $100 million. This year, he's going to make $40 million, 30 of it guaranteed. He'll make all 40 of it unless something catastrophic happens between now and his roster bonus, which I believe is right before training camp. So he'll get all that. And that's good money. But there are quarterbacks out there making $60, $65 million a year. And the next tier of franchise quarterbacks will make $65 million a year. Don't get it twisted. The next tier of franchise guys, if you name your guy as a franchise guy, and you do that by offering him a second, third contract, that's where it starts. That's how the NFL works. Now, you may sit there and say, Baker Mayfield ain't worth $65 million. We got hillbillies watching today, evidently. And I get that. I totally
we had this
get
discussion yesterday, too. Yeah, we talked about the same
I totally
thing
get that. But let's not forget, with three different coordinators over the last 3 years that Baker's been here. All right, 3 different coordinators. He ranks top 3 elite quarterbacks in total passing touchdowns. He ranks top 5 in passing yards. And among completion percentage in every major statistical category, Baker Mayfield ranks in the top 5. Now, we all want to call him a top 12 quarterback. He's not better than this guy. He's not better than this guy. He's been working with 3 different coordinators, and the best of those coordinators, Liam Cohen, the only one who had any previous play calling experience, college or pro, got him 41 touchdowns and 4,500 yards. That was when we had a guy who knew how to run the football, knew how to call plays and sequence them. We believe Zach Robinson is a similar type of offensive coordinator. So I want to start it with that. Everybody who has, I remember when Baker got here, there were folks on the radio saying, "Oh, this is trash. This guy's trash." We were like, no. I don't
retread. He was a retread, right?
Yeah. I said, there's something here. And Baker has lived up to every freaking bit of it.
More.
He has been a team player on every category in my book. When you have a guy that not only performs on the field, and I know you all want, we got to win games. There's a lot that goes into winning games, including how your coach manages the game. It's a big problem here, in case you haven't noticed. It's a very, very big problem. You also have to have defensive coordinators that remain aggressive in the key parts of the game. There's a lot to unpack here. So if you want to just go by wins and losses, first of all, he's done pretty good there. Pretty good. Given the circumstances, what Baker Mayfield has done in these 3 years, I think is about as good as anybody's resume, given the circumstances. Because you can look at some of these other, quote, better quarterbacks and go, well, look at that. Yeah, all right, whatever. What they've had a stable offensive coordinator, stable system, all that stuff. Baker, to me, without question, is a franchise quarterback. He's a top 10 guy in this league. I'm not going to sit here and tell you he's better than Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes or Matthew Stafford. But I'll tell you this, he's just as good as Sam Darnold, and Sam Darnold just won a Super Bowl. In fact, I think he's a little better than Sam Darnold. I think given the same situation in Minnesota and Seattle, Baker Mayfield would have won a Super Bowl.
Sure.
And maybe 14 games.
Definitely with that Seattle team.
Yeah. So I want to set this up with how good, and then you add in all the intangibles on a team that doesn't get a whole lot of emotion and fire from the head coaches or the coaching staff. He's your fire starter. He draws the entire team into the game. He has made comeback after comeback. He gives you every single bit that he can give you. He was so happy to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneer that he would take less money. Let me tell you something. Those days are over. And I'll tell you why they're over. Because Baker Mayfield was all about team. And I think Baker Mayfield would have taken less money to win.
Yeah.
But a funny thing happened on the way to that contract. Your best receiver walked out the door for less money. For less money. Why do you think Mike Evans left his home where he wanted to stay his entire career for less money? Because he doesn't believe in what's going on here.
And that doesn't mean he doesn't believe in Baker.
No.
It means he doesn't believe in what's happening around him.
And he's not going to say, hey, I have questions about how this team this is coached and how it's managed. You don't forget that we had players at the end of the players coming out publicly saying, hey, we don't practice hard enough. Too many walkthroughs. Defense is complicated. We had players, iconic players, that'd be Mike Evans, going crazy on the sidelines. Irate, 3rd and 28. 4th and 14. Irate. Because he knew in that moment you just lost the playoffs. The way we were up 14 points and went into complete shutdown mode on defense, conservative. and let him go right down the field for 7. And then another 10. Win the game. For guys that want to win, that do not accept 500, like Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans, 500 ain't good enough. It's not. And if you as an organization are going to keep a coach who's 500 after 4 years, well, that's not what Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans are looking for. And they're never going to say a bad word about Todd Bowles. They don't have to say it. Don't listen to what people say all the time. Watch what they do. Watch what they do. Mike's not going to badmouth it, but you tell me why he left here. Because he really believed in this organization was going to win another Super Bowl? Then why would he leave? Yeah. For less money and go across the damn country? I mean, these are old. And then I look at Baker Mayfield. Was that the same guy we've seen talk about the organization for 3 years? No. Not the same dude. And he said, I'll be here with the players, my guys. I'll work my ass off. You know I'm going to try to win. Listen, he's 31 years old. And you know what his agent's telling him? This is what his agent's telling him. Bake, this is your last big contract, man. It's your last big contract. Your numbers, the last 3 years in this revolving offensive coordinator situation, injuries up and down the offensive line, all that. You've not missed a game with all the crap that you've been through. You've led this team fearlessly. You are top 5 in every major statistical category. This is your time to make money. I hate to tell you this, but and he's watching. Did the Bucs go out and sign Trey Hendrickson, who wanted to play here? No, they signed Al-Qadim Mohammed. Did they go sign Devin Lloyd, the best young inside linebacker on the market? No, they signed Anzalone, a 33-year-old, for much less money and lower term. Does it look like to Baker Mayfield that this team is all in on winning? Like the Rams are? Like the 49ers are? Like other organizations? Does it look like to you that they're all in on winning? Did they keep their 500 coach? Did they keep their coach who was 95-50, which I think Dermott was? No, that guy got fired. Did they keep the Super Bowl coach in Baltimore? No, that guy got fired. But we kept the 500 coach here in Tampa Bay. Again, I love Todd Bowles, and I love this organization. I love it, but I'm here to be honest with you guys. I got to be honest with you. Baker Mayfield is all about winning. He is all about winning. And I feel the same way about Mike Evans. If you were either one of those guys looking at what this team has done, would you feel the same way? Come on now.
And look, I brought this up yesterday, JP, about the benefits or the maybe not benefits of waiting till next offseason for the team and for Baker. Now, for Baker, if the team wants to negotiate his new deal on last year's stats, which a lot of teams will throw that at you, well, Baker, you had a down year last year. You only threw 26 touchdowns. You only threw for 3,400 yards. Here's what we think for the next 3 years, maybe, or however long the contract's going to, they want. Then there's what we think you're worth. Baker, on the other hand, might think he's closer to the healthy Baker Mayfield, not the injured 2025 Baker Mayfield, who threw for 4,500 yards and 41 touchdowns in 2024. Where's the real Baker Mayfield? Probably somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But for Baker, do I just want to wait a year? And it's not really a prove it year because you've already proven yourself.
You've already proven it.
You've already proven yourself. Yes. And I don't think Jason Light would come back with the words prove it because he's already done
he
it.
Wouldn't.
No, he wouldn't do that. But does Baker just want to say, look, let me hopefully be healthy this year and we'll go into next year and we'll do it. We'll start all over again. Here's the benefit for Baker, though, that I brought up yesterday. Next offseason, he can negotiate with whoever the hell he wants.
Well, now they can have the franchise tag.
They can tag him.
They can tag him.
That doesn't mean he won't get offers and show his worth.
I know, but they can tag him so they can keep him. And here's the deal, Timmy, and this is where it goes really bad for him. If Baker Mayfield goes out there and gives his all this year like he only knows how to do, and let's just say he takes a bad hit on the knee, are the Bucs going to franchise him? Nope. They'll go into the draft.
I get it.
Is he going to get a 4-year, $160 million guaranteed contract, maybe $200 million guaranteed contract? Nope. He's not. So he's playing this year for $40 million, and it may be his last contract because the Buccaneers aren't willing. And you know what? The Buccaneers know this. Everybody knows what's going on here. Here's the bottom line. The Buccaneers are not in a win now mode, and they want to hedge their bet and say, you know what? They won't say it publicly. Again, watch what they do, not what they say. And this is not unique to the Buccaneers. No. There's lots of teams that would be doing this. I wouldn't think the Rams would, though.
The Cowboys are in the same position right now with George Pickens.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, sort of. But I think Baker is much more beloved and has a better track record. And yeah,
I'm just talking about the contract situation.
I think, in other words, if I were an organization, I'd bet way more on Baker than I would George Pickens. I mean, let's be honest. Right. So I don't think it's a similar situation. But the bottom line is, Baker now. This is what the team is saying: is hey, man, we're kind of holding all the cards here. We can franchise you. We don't have to give you all the money right now. We can just let you play this year. And, you know, if you hurt yourself, you hurt yourself. And this is what all players think about. If he has a catastrophic injury next year, he's worth nothing on the market. And the Bucs won't franchise him. And this is all he gets. That's a big fucking gamble. And the offer was so low that they're that far apart. I think that's a bad move by the Buccaneers. I don't know what the offer was, but according to Baker, it wasn't even close.
Well, but Baker's going to say that anyway, right?
Well, I don't think Baker is one of those guys that's going to bullshit. I just don't, I've been wrong before, but I just don't get that vibe. I don't get that vibe from him. I think that he was hurt by the offer, given what he's done and where he's at. And it's the thing again. Baker knows damn well what the Bucs are doing, and his agent knows damn well what they're doing. The organization is basically saying, "Hey, man, hope you play well, because if you do, we'll reward you. And even if you do, and if you won't even get out to the open market, we're just going to franchise you." I mean, I love Jason Light and I love the organization, but I think this is calculated wrong. I may be wrong. I might be wrong. And maybe this is just their first salvo and they definitely want to get a deal done and they'll come back with something that's closer to what they're looking for. But I can tell you what, any ideas of a hometown discount I think if Baker saw that the organization was all in and they were spending money, he would take less, but they're not. They're not doing that. So why should he take less? If they're not all in, why should I be?
You think if Sean McDermott was their head coach, things would be approached a little differently from Baker's team?
I think it would. I think, and I could be way off base here. But again, I don't listen to what people say. I watch what they do. And if I were in Baker Mayfield's shoes, why do you think he hasn't talked for 3 months?
He's pissed.
Baker Mayfield has been probably offered interviews from Kay Adams to, K Mart.
I mean, it's just no to Kay Adams.
Yeah, exactly. But he did. He did.
He did.
And he hasn't talked. You know why? Because he's pissed. He's pissed about where the franchise is. You couldn't keep that guy away from a microphone the last couple of years. And I'm not saying that is a bad thing, but he was out there. He was promoting the Buccaneers. He was all in with his team, and he wanted to be here for the rest of his life. They were putting down roots, as they have. I think, again, this is my first blush at it. I don't know what the Bucs offered, but from what I just saw and from what has happened around this franchise right now, this is not where I would take it. I've told you before, I would have, well, number one, I would have fired the head coach. Number one, I would have I said it on this show 2 years ago. I'd fire Todd Bowles and hire Liam Cohen. And I think the Bucs tried to hedge their bets, in my opinion, thinking that they would always be able to make a last offer to Liam Cohen. And the last offer would be, okay, finally, we'll fire the coach. You can be the head coach. That's just my opinion. But they've effed that up. I'm sorry, they did. They kept a 500 coach for a guy that just won 13 games with less talent. You may have your qualms about Liam Cohen, and he's probably never going to win a Super Bowl because it's hard to win. But if I had a choice between the two coaches right now, who would you take? Liam Cohen and that offensive coordinator, or Todd Bowles? And again, I love Todd, but so that's number one. And number two, they had an opportunity in this offseason to get after it. Go sign Trey Hendrickson. Go sign Devin Lloyd. And guess what? Reuben Bain still would have fell to them in the draft. Then where would you be? I'd still take him. I'd still take Reuben Bain even if I had Trey Hendrickson. Yeah, I would.
Just because
I'd find a place for all of them.
Yeah.
But listen, Jason Licht gets paid a lot of money. This is the way they've done it. And listen, I'm excited about watching this team. This is not – Baker's going to ball his ass off. It doesn't matter whether he's got a contract or not. Maybe this will piss him off even more. Well, I think it definitely has. And he'll have even more chip on his shoulder for the Baker Revenge Tour. So maybe that's what the way the Bucs are playing it. But I would have played it differently. I would have gone for it, and then I think Baker would have taken less money to sign because he saw the team was all in. Maybe Mike would still be here. But the way they've gone about it, I just don't, that's not what I would have done. And it starts with Liam Cohen 2 years ago.
Yep.
Now, does that mean this team can't have success this year? No, absolutely. Should they win? I think they should win the South. And then who knows what happens in the playoffs? Do I think Todd Bowles can win 3 games in the playoffs against elite coaching? No, I don't. I don't think that. No. But we'll see. I've been wrong before. But I can tell you this, the way they've played this with Baker, I think is wrong. I don't think this is the way you wanted to play that with Baker Mayfield. Now, sure, hurt feelings can be recovered. They can go maybe give him a better contract now. They see where they are. They see maybe they rethink this and say before the season starts, do we really want to go out on the market and start chasing quarterbacks? Because you know what? We've sucked at that. We have absolutely sucked at drafting quarterbacks, and we've never given one a second deal. That's what you want to do. Oh, there's great quarterbacks in the 2027 draft. Let's go get one. Okay, which one? Which one you getting? At what spot? And you're going to develop them? Okay. I'll sit back and watch. Track record, not good. When you got a guy that wants to be here, who's a baller, 31. Yes, that's right. He's 31. Aaron Rodgers is still playing at 75. Baker's got a good 4 to 6 years left in him, in my opinion. If you protect him a little better, maybe longer. He's a baller. He's a perfect fit. And the Glazers love him. I know they do. Who doesn't love Baker Mayfield? Hell, there's probably players in our division that love Baker Mayfield. Would love to have them as their quarterback. And you're going to roll the dice like this? I think it's a bad play. I think it's a bad play by the Buccaneers. And I don't think they'll get a deal done before training camp unless something drastically changes. This is not a good look. And if Baker has to play his last year with the threat of franchise, I do not think. Listen, you could make the case. Hey, I want to see more from this. This is where I think the Bucs are. We want to see more from Baker. You know, he has been injured. Let's see if he can get through another year without a lot of injuries. So see if he can dial back the play a little bit and maybe protect himself better, which I don't think is necessarily possible. Yeah. And say, hey, we're holding all the cards here. So why should we give him $200 million guaranteed when we don't have to? I see that strategy. I just don't think it's the right one. I think you've damaged your connection with this guy that was you die for players who are this emotional and passionate about their franchise, and especially when they're quarterbacks and they have ballers. You for some reason it's almost like we feel like, you know, we've gotten the best of Baker and it can't take us any further. I think that is bad. I disagree with that. And and I don't care what you say. You're passionate, and I know Baker's going to ball out or do his best, but there will come times where he goes, you know what? This knee's a little bad. I don't think I want to risk it this week. I think I'm going to step back and not play for the next couple weeks because if it's a little unstable and I go out there and I F it up, I'm screwed. He can't play with all his heart and passion under these circumstances. Not even Baker Mayfield can do that.
Mm-mm.
And that's not his fault. That's your fault. You need to lock him up before the season starts. 4 years, 180 guaranteed. Probably more than that. And that would be a discount given his numbers. He can get more on the open market if he has a good year. All right, what do you guys think? Hit me up in the comment section. You could do that on X, at the JP Peterson Show, on YouTube, and on Facebook as well.
You know the franchise tag for 2027 is going to be $55 million probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But again, if he gets hurt this year, he ain't getting that.
Right.
He gets squadouche.
How much is that worth?
In Scrabble, probably a lot. Probably a lot. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back on the other side. I want to get to your comments. We still got lots coming your way. Did I even mention that we're going to have the guy on that predicted the earthquake yesterday? The earthquake in Florida, which has never happened. Some dude predicted that the day before on Twitter.
Yikes.
And we're going to have him on the show. He's an astrophysicist, I think.
Oh.
And he's predicted a lot of stuff. A lot. And I want to know how he's doing this because we're all going to make money on it.
Can he predict the Bucs 2026 season for us?
Well, I just want to know about the stadium deal. That's what I wanted to predict.
You might not want to know, JP. You might not want to know.
You're probably right. Hey, we're brought to you by the great folks at Genesis of Tampa. Great folks over there. That GV70 that I got that everybody's talking about. Why? Because it's an incredible luxury SUV, midsize SUV. The performance is off the chain. The luxury is incredible. And the price is ridiculous, honestly, for what you get. It's absolutely, that's why people are talking about it. It's the talked about car. Genesis GV70, highly rated. I own one, and I feel pretty good about it. I feel really good about it. And I got a great deal. They gave me a lot more for my car than it was worth. I can tell you that, folks, a hell of a lot more. I was afraid they were going to bring it back. Say, whoa. We looked under the hood, but they didn't. They took it, and they gave me a lot of money for it. So they're making deals at Genesis of Tampa. They are making deals at Genesis of Tampa and always doing great things in the community. Go see them. Tell them JP sent you. 801 East Bears Avenue, just off of 275. Back in 3. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch roofing done right.
As the Rays enjoy being back in their Tropicana Field home this season that was ravaged by Hurricane Milton, Italiano Insurance wants to remind us all how important it is to be properly insured. 40% of you are underinsured. That can mean financial disaster. Let the experienced and friendly agents at Italiano shop your policies for the best price and the right coverage. Italiano saved me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year, over $500 on our homeowners insurance. They can do the same for you. That's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Cost less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with our all-star agents at Italiano Insurance, or call our Boca Grande office at 941-964-0400. Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch and everything, is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service, you get $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. Hey, the Golden Diamond Source wants to be your family jeweler, so don't wait any longer to find that one-of-a-kind perfect engagement ring for that special someone in your life. At the Golden Diamond Source, they can design anything you want personally. The Golden Diamond Source can help you trade in your old broken jewelry and use it towards a new purchase as well. And with gold prices at record high, now is the best time to do it. They only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source, so if it's a real love, it should be a real natural diamond. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Bad idea. And with the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyer program, you can learn all about the 4 C's in all the different shapes and styles. And they are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And don't forget, 0% financing for up to 5 years. If you finance $5,000, it's only $83 a month. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond, 3800 Almerton Road, always online at goldendiamond.com.
It's a love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Hey, JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000, and all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here as we roll on. Orestes Estrada is going to join us today with the Big O Show coming up at 3:30. I believe he's going to check in with us at the end of the show after we talk to our astrophysicist. Just very excited about that. Predict a lot of stuff. Hey, big thanks to our great folks at Riveters. We love Riveters. They're going to be the place to watch all the World Cup games. They've got lots going on there, lots of different specials. They'll be running their happy hour runs 3 to 7 every day. So that's where you get the great drink specials, the great food specials, all that, folks. It's absolutely fantastic. And remember, during all Rays games, you get wings, baseball, Rays, and Riveters. You get $6 Tito's. You get $6 Jack, $6 margaritas. Boy, did I have some Tito's on the boat this weekend. Woo! I took them out of Tito's stock. But yeah, that's all the Riveters. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. Riveters.com. Check it out. All right, I want to get to lots of comments here today already. Thank you guys.
JP, were you on an actual cruise, like on a boat in the water?
Yeah, MSC Seashore out of Miami. Highly recommend. And here's the deal. Don't go into the general population. Spend the extra money for the yacht club. By the time you add on your Wi-Fi and add on your drink package, it's basically the same as the yacht club. And the yacht club is the front of the boat. You get your own lounge, so you never have to wait for a drink, ever. You just go up there and they have food in the lounge, like little finger foods. And it's not like, chips. It's like little sandwiches, like great food. And then you have your own pool. You have hot tubs and pool. You have 2 pools and your 2 hot tubs. And then there's a whole buffet up there, your own private buffet for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And you have a private restaurant too. So everything is it's like your own boat. And it's like not much more. I shouldn't have even told you all this because now you're going to flood the yacht club. It's the best deal in cruising.
I'm probably not doing that.
And then we go to then they take you to Nassau, the private island. And it's really good. We had a great time. And you get your own butler. This is the coolest part.
I mean, y'all don't have one of those regular all the time?
You get your own butler. So when you show up and there's all these long lines, you mosey on up to the yacht club space, which there's hardly there wasn't anybody there. No lines at all. But if there is a line, if you show up in the morning and there's a line, which there usually is, the guy, he has this little sign that says yacht club, and you walk behind him and you walk by all those people. You just walk right by them. It's the most elitist thing I've ever done in my life, and I loved it.
I just have
you kind of feel like a douche, to be totally honest. You kind of feel a little douchey doing it, but you get over it fast.
If all of that stuff was at a hotel on the land, I am 100% in.
But see, here's the thing: you can't get that. You can't get that in America.
Then I will do without, because I in my entire life, I have never understood the concept of why people find it enjoyable to be on a tiny boat in the middle of the friggin' ocean.
It's not tiny.
Well, compared to the ocean, it is. And compared to icebergs
sometimes
and the megalodon,
yeah,
I am out, man. I can't even begin to tell you how out. If you gave me $1 million to go on a cruise, I would say no, because there's no possible way I would find that enjoyable.
I think if you did it the way we did it, you would say this is freaking awesome, because it's awesome. It's fantastic.
You literally,
at the middle of the night, you want a pizza and a bottle of booze, call your butler and they bring it to you. They're just, can you give me a BLT? Yeah, and a bottle of Tito's? Sure. Coming right up.
I couldn't have a window. I could not have a window in my room because I'm not looking out the window and seeing just water.
They could put you. You know what's cool is we were coming in, and there's like 6 different cruise ships lined up, and it was at night, and they're all
not run into each other.
Cool. It's so cool.
I've seen movies. I've seen Titanic enough to know how this thing ends.
They have people driving the boat. It's not, there's not like they don't go down to deck 7 and go, "Hey Joe, will you want to drive the boat today?"
They might like that better.
Yeah,
they might be paying closer attention.
This is your Captain Joe from 1742. They asked me to drive today, so I'll be your captain.
Cool. I like
so if it gets a little weird, you'll know.
If they let me drive the boat,
on my
I might get out
bourbon, by the way. Yeah.
Dude, I just know there's no way you can convince me that's
no, it was great. Possible. It was fantastic. Loved it. All right, let's get to some of these great comments. Michael LaRue says the Bucs paid Tom Brady $30 million a year just a few years ago. He was famous for taking less money to help build a championship caliber roster. Patrick Mahomes makes $45 million. Says once you get over 45 a year in a tax-free state like Florida, you start to weaken the overall strength of your roster by limiting what you can spend elsewhere. If you want a big contract, you need to perform. Wilson, Rodgers, Carr, Jones, Tua, and Murray are all examples of quarterbacks who made over $40 million a year and ended up getting cut.
When did Rodgers get cut? From the Packers? That was different, I feel like. I don't.
But they were done with him too.
Yeah, that didn't have anything to do with his salary.
I'm not quite sure where you were going with that, Michael, whether you're supporting Baker or not. I just feel that the Bucs have played this poorly, in my estimation. I think they've kind of kneecapped the thing you love most about Baker is he was all in. He was all in. And it's hard to find guys like that and leaders like that, especially in a business like the NFL. And that was a guy that I looked like to me. He said, "Damn, I thought they really liked me. I thought we were in this together, and now we're not. Now it's just business. Now it's just business."
JP, we have some good news coming out of Cleveland if you're a Baker fan and you want him to stay in Tampa Bay. Because I have long said if things don't work out in Tampa Bay, the Browns would be happy to have him back. They'd have to probably, eat some crow. However, this morning, breaking news, Browns quarterback Dylan Gabriel has just switched his number to number 6. So Baker can't go back and be number 6. So he's not going to Cleveland.
Yeah, I didn't think he would be going there. Rick is up early today and says OTA's canceled. I guess JP convinced the Bucs for that private workout. Hey, Jason, don't worry about Baker. I can throw this football over a mountain.
I think they just moved it, right? They didn't actually cancel it. They're just changing days.
They just moved they just moved the media day, so they would all be there for Thursday's Cut for the Cure as well. Smart move.
Rick, I'm not on my 4th show of the day, but I am on my 3rd show of the day.
Yeah. Well, evidently everybody heard me except you. So once
sure
again, operator error.
Once again, it's my fault. But it's kind of important for me to hear you.
You know, you and Ashley are kind of in the same boat. You know, someday you'll realize I'm always right. I'm always right.
See, I don't even think I could take a cruise with Ashley. I don't want to be in the same boat as her.
Wow.
I mean, I love you, Ashley.
You're the first dude on the planet that ever said that.
I couldn't do it.
Kurt Dorset says, my take, Bucs don't sign Baker before camp. If Bucs suck and Bowles is fired, franchise may rebuild. That may include a new path and a new quarterback, so it all weighs on how well the team performs in 2026. I get that, Kurt, and that's clearly the way they are going. But I think they missed an opportunity here to sign him long-term. I'm not saying that would have worked out perfectly and they win a Super Bowl. That's just the way. When you got a quarterback that's all in, who would probably take less money if he saw that the organization was all in with him, and I think that's where Baker was. I totally think that's where he was. So he proved that with his first contract with the team.
Yeah.
He could have gotten more money.
So I brought this up yesterday, JP, when I played the audio from the dude from Good Morning Football when he said, maybe the Bucs just don't see him as their franchise quarterback anymore. And I rebutted with, if that's the case, if the Bucs don't see re-signing him after this year anyway, or you're not going to offer him a big franchise quarterback salary and contract, it seems like you would have started planning for that this offseason, right, for his replacement.
Mm-hmm.
And short of going out and drafting a quarterback or going in and finding a veteran and bringing him this offseason, I don't see that they did anything this offseason to plan ahead for that. Like, not in the draft.
I think Kurt's right. It's their next option is a 2027 draft pick.
Right.
That's
and
where they're going.
If you're just bringing a guy in the same year that Baker's walking out the door, you're not doing your franchise any favor.
No, I told you.
Number one. Yeah.
Finding a guy like Baker, we've been trying to do that forever here in Tampa Bay. And we found it in 2 guys, Brad Johnson and Tom Brady, and they both won Super Bowls. The rest of the time, with the exception of maybe Jeff Garcia, the rest of the time, we've been trying to develop quarterbacks, and we suck at it.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do in general. It's really hard to do. How many wasted draft picks of quarterbacks? When you find a guy that's good enough, and I think Baker Mayfield's more than good enough to win a Super Bowl like Sam Darnold, then to me, you build around him. And and if he's all in, you're golden. But that's changed now, in my opinion.
Do you think the Jameis Winston pick was a wasted pick?
No, I can't say that because I was all in on that.
Well, it doesn't mean you're not wrong. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people were in on it.
I think given his track record, his abilities, his charisma, all of it, I don't see how you don't take him. And clearly Marcus Mariota wasn't the answer either.
There's lots of misses. I'm just saying for the Bucs as an organization. Well, that's why
it's so hard. I mean, you look at Jameis in college and like, damn, that guy's good. This guy's really good. He's got it all. And then you meet him and he redraws your whiteboard, shows you he's the smartest freaking quarterback you've ever seen. And he's just so engaging. And his teammates love him. And he's, he can put up points. But, Jameis
for the other team.
Both teams. Jameis is his biggest strength with his biggest weakness. He cared too much. He He had to make a play on every freaking down. He could not throw a ball away because he wanted to make everybody happy that he ever met in his life. He wanted to make every receiver happy, and you can't do it. He just never grasped some of those things. But man, I love Jameis.
I know.
He's awesome.
I might be available if you want to go get him.
Good afternoon, gentlemen, says Danny Boy. Tim, did you see the CEO of the Dallas Stars and the Dallas Morning News? I think pointing out what you pointed out earlier today. They already got the deal done.
Didn't take long.
Yeah, as Thomas says, because somehow in Tampa we have fire trucks that only last 5 years. I think I heard Wostall say this. He said we have fire trucks that we have to replace every 5 years, and we've got 30 of them that are 20 years old or something like that. And I'm like, fire trucks only last 5 years? Like since when? What are we in California? No, I don't think so.
By the way, JP,
I'm very
Brad
upset
Alberts,
at our local.
Brad Alberts, the Stars CEO, part of what was in that article I'm sure he was talking about was one of the major factors of them choosing the location for their new arena and entertainment district, public transportation. We don't have a lot of that in Dallas, in the Dallas area.
So you're saying that once they build it, that will spur on public transit as well?
Well, it's already there to an extent. The infrastructure is already there. We already have the DART line, Dallas area.
We have the infrastructure too, but we can't seem to figure that out either.
But for some reason, it doesn't work downtown, but it works out in the suburbs, which is where
maybe it's time to start looking at who our elected leaders are. We have all these issues. It's funny. They all come like, "Whoa, we need money for this and money for that." I'm like, why? Have you mismanaged it that bad that you need to? We're so far behind that we can't give you any money. Well, then you probably aren't the people that need to be making these decisions, are you? See what I'm saying? Danny Boy says, by the way, JP, thank you for being the voice of reason in all this Tampa Bay Rays stadium situation. It's my pleasure. It's my passion. Maybe I go a little overboard at times, but so be it. I'm trying to make up for all the negativity that's out there.
By the way, JP, I proved myself wrong. My JP Peterson Show theory wrong on Friday and Monday doing your show. When I initially said any JP Peterson show that does not include stadium talk is only going to last about 14 minutes. I went 2 hours both days with no stadium talk.
Well done. Well, now we got to write that wrong.
Right.
Let me get to some others. This one, Kurt Thorson says, JP, you may speak to the matter, so I'd like to echo the message to your listeners. Please don't tweet, message, email public officials disparaging and crass messages for Rays execs to have to clean up. You get more honey. I think we know this. You get more bees with honey than you do salt, right? Is that what we're supposed to say? Listen, yes, this is true. And I have been guilty of this a little bit myself with Mr. Wostall, but I think he's past. He and Charlie are just past. That's never going to happen. But I do think Carlson, Maniscalco especially, maybe Hurtak, but doubtful. I do believe those are city commissioners, city council that can be swayed. So yeah, let's don't send horrible messages to Carlson. Although I've taken him to task as well, and it's not personal. Yeah, I appreciate the fact that he did, say yes to the MOU. So we appreciate that. So yeah, calling them names and doing stuff, sending horrible messages is not a good idea. I know you guys have passion, but just try to take the high road. It's like Mr. Babby says, the high road is the way to go. And I know it's hard sometimes. Trust me, it's really hard. But let's not try to bury these guys. That's not our intention. We want to inform them, and we want to, educate them as to what our side is. So let's do it respectfully when we can. But I know it's hard.
JP, I just have one thing to say about that.
Yeah. If you're going to grandstand like that, then I'm coming back at you. So he's, if you want to trash him, that's fine. But not Carlson or Guido, please. Nathan Stout says, is it me or does WDA seem very passive on all sports shows concerning Rays Stadium? You think they'd be more passionate about the new stadium? I'm not hearing any of them put pressure on politicians. I don't listen much. When I do, all I get is commercials. It's weird. But listen, it's corporate radio. That's why I'm not there. I was told not to say bad things about Stu Sternberg, and then I got fired. Yeah, that's facts. So yeah, there's certain things they can and cannot say. Now, will they go after politicians? No, because they're iHeartRadio, and they have their corporate radio. They have to play it middle of the road. We don't do that here. That's why this is much better than what you have there, in my opinion. We don't have those constraints. I work there. I know how it works. You are told what you can and cannot say. That's it. That's facts. I know because I lived it. That's my facts. That's my reality. So, it is what it is. So just listen to us. They're not going to call them out like we do. Can't do it. They'll lose their jobs. I was going to say something. No.
Oh, dear.
I'm not going to say it. If you lose your job, you can just go to McDonald's and make more money. There, I said it. My bad. Alejandro said, welcome back, Jay. I can't help myself. I just can't help myself. Alejandro says, welcome back, JP. What a win last night for the Rays. Let's win tonight's game, which I will be at. Yes, let's go Rays. Neander said they need to make some moves for a batter, bullpen, and a starter to strengthen us. All right, let's go do it. Let's go do it. I love it. And thank you for welcoming me back. Kurt Thorson points out Baker's franchise stats. In passing yards, he needs 75.01 for first. It's currently 7th. Passing touchdowns, he needs 27 for first. So he'll do that this year. Currently 3rd. Quarterback rushing yards needs 122 for first. Currently 2nd. Yeah, in 4 years, he will own almost every record in our franchise book. But yet he's not a franchise quarterback, according to our organization.
Seems flawed.
Seems flawed to me. Yes. Thomas says everyone knows it's an interim coaching year to Sean McDermott. It could be. As Greg Allman pointed out, according to Tom Casper, follow Bucs. Bucs talked to ex-Bills coach Sean McDermott to check about joining Todd Bowles' staff, but he's expected to take this year off and reassess his options in 2027. McDermott overlapped with Jason Light with the Eagles for 4 years in 03 to 07 and interviewed for the Bucs head coaching job in 2016. Yes, lots of connections to Jason Light. So then why would they have kept him for one more year? Because McDermott wants a year off? Or was there another reason?
Be patient, Bucs fans. Be patient.
One more season, Baker should be ranked first in franchise history for quarterback touchdowns, rush yards. 2 more years puts him there for yards. Yeah. Rick says JP is on fire today. Can you tell he spent several days with his wife? He probably only got a few words in this week.
He's ready to talk.
Hey, can I say something, please? Can I say something? Finally.
Wow.
No, she's not like that at all. She has to listen. You know how much she has to listen to me blather on about the stadium, for God's sake? Actually, I won't talk about it anymore because I know she'll leave me. Mike LaRue says, every time I see Baker scramble, I yell, throw it away or get down. First down isn't worth losing him for the season. But how many times have we said, oh, just take a sack? Oh, first down.
And then he makes a play. Yeah.
He makes a play. You can't tone that down. That's just who he is. Rick says the Glazers are doing their Culver House impersonation. Well, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. But it listen, love the organization. But I think when you look what they're doing, I would have done it differently. But I ain't the GM. Jason Light is. And as owners, I would have played it differently. But, they've spent money, except the last couple of years. I think that's fair.
I mean, they got a Super Bowl.
That's right. And when Brady came here, they opened a checkbook. I mean, what ownership group wouldn't? I mean, seriously? Who gets a deal done first, asked Jason Martinez. Baker in Tampa Bay long-term or the Rays at the HC site for their forever home? That's a good question. We'll ask the prediction guy later on. By the way, he's in Norway. He'll be getting up in the middle of the night to do this.
Oh,
interview,
yikes.
so that's kind of cool. Yeah.
Wait, he predicted a Tampa Bay area earthquake from Norway.
Yeah. Predicted a lot of stuff. I'll give you his Twitter. And you can,
you need to do that because I'm going to need his name to put it on the screen.
Yeah. Okay. I off the top of my head, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, let's not do it now. I probably can't pronounce it, but I can type it.
All right, let's take a break. We'll take a break. We'll come back on the other side, get way more of your comments in here. We're going to talk about the Rays on the field. I do have some stadium updates for you, so we'll do that as well. We're going to talk about the Sorsby thing, maybe a little Knicks talk about last night. That was interesting, was it not? We got hockey tonight, and Big O's going to join us as well. So there's a lot more coming in the second hour here. We're brought to you by the great folks at the Gold and Diamond Source. Father's Day is coming. And guess what, guys? We have a great opportunity to maybe your wife will get you a gift card to the Gold and Diamond Source, and you can go in and get one of those baller watches like that one. Don't look too close.
Wow.
And then you can get a great necklace, maybe like this. I love the crucifix I got there. It's absolutely fantastic. Bracelets, rings, all kinds of cool stuff for you guys there. So check it out at the Gold and Diamond Source for Father's Day coming up. And if you're looking to pop the question, I only sell real diamonds at the Gold and Diamond Source. And why would you start your marriage with a fake diamond? That's a really bad idea. They'll have the best selection, the best cut, clarity, color, all that stuff. And they'll educate you on the, the 4 C's, right? The 4 C's, buying diamonds, all that good stuff. Great folks over there. Tell them JP sent you. Back in 3. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our Fanstream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Hey, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the great folks at KingmakersTampa.com. That's this place we're sitting in right now. You can become a member here. We've got a production studio, obviously, a podcast studio here. We've got a great golf simulator. We've got shared office space, private office space as well, a sports bar to hold events in, all kinds of cool things at KingmakersTampa.com. Thank you very much for this wonderful space we are in. All right, let's get to a couple other topics here, and then I'll get back to some of the comments here. The stadium. Over the weekend, there was a couple of articles talking about property taxes. So let's deal with that for first and foremost. And I think Romano wrote a column similar about, Ron DeSantis was the hero and getting the Hillsborough College thing kind of percolating. And then now the property tax that could sink this whole thing. And I'm not going to sit here and say it's a great look that when something like this is up on the ballot and it could drastically affect how the finances of each city, county go. Obviously, that's something that has to be addressed. No question about it. But I still say the answer is the same, whether it passes or it doesn't pass. And that's the thing. We don't know if it's going to pass. I think there's going to be a lot of high dollar political action committees trying to defeat this ballot. And remember, you got to get 60%. You got to get 60%. So I think there's going to be a lot of educating going on to people like, hey, you could lose this, you could lose that, you could lose this, you could lose that. So I don't think it's, necessarily a slam dunk in its passing. But even if it does pass, to me, and this has been an argument made by many, it's even more important to do this deal. And I know that sounds a little antithetical. You want us to give a huge chunk of money out? We won't have the money to do the things we need now. Well, that's what we're told anyway. So if it were to happen, were to pass, the first thing that counties and cities would do they'll look to cut stuff. There's no question about that. But I think they'll also be looking at where can we invest and make more money? Where can we get more revenues? If we don't have enough, where can we get more revenues? Well, to me, that's a no-brainer. If I can do this deal, and we've spouted all the numbers, you invest and get the $3 billion back, plus all the other economic activity that's going to go on, sales taxes, tourism dollars coming in. What's the quickest way to increase revenues? Build something that tourists will want to come be part of from outside, like the Battery that has done so well for Cobb County and many of these other entertainment districts that are blowing up all over the United States and the world, really, with stadiums as anchor tenants. You would be looking for something like that. And here it is right in your lap. So I think, again, if you're outside looking in, it's easy for you to do a video and say, oh my God, how can we give us much money? And it's like, well, let's sit down as a commissioner or a council person and look at the numbers. See, it's not people that are doing these videos and everything. It sounds great and it gets clicks. I get it. And it sounds good. But in theory, if you were a county commissioner and you were looking at that deficit, would you not say, where can we get more money? Well, here's an idea. Oh, so I think when you look at the property tax, either way you go, and here's another thing about the property taxes. It really won't kick in until 2030 if it passes, the 250,000 homestead. That doesn't kick in until 2030. The majority of the money that the county is going to give out, if I'm not mistaken, is 26, 27, 28, 29, or 27, 28, 29. So that they broke it up into 4 years so they didn't have to bond it out. So they could get the money, get the stadium done, and get money coming in as soon as possible. That could help bridge the gap with these property taxes. Does that make sense? So again, it's a great thing to make a video about, and it makes people crazy and makes you think it'll never get done. But if you're actually charged with looking at the numbers and how we're going to do this, I don't think you can come into any other conclusion than we have to do it. Can't afford not to do it. And also looking at every other municipality in America that has figured that out. The only way to get more revenues is to invest. So I that's the property tax part of it. And, the other part, David Sampson did a video. We've had David on. He talked about lack of transparency, that there's some of this money now in the deal that would have gone to fire, police, etc. And technically that is true. And technically it's not true, because some of the money they're coming up with, and it's a smaller portion, is overages from property taxes. So that money has not been budgeted to police and fire yet. So if you went and took some of those overages, that would technically not be police and fire money. So semantically and technically, what Ken says is true. And again, it's a smaller portion of it. He's not trying to, hoodwink anybody. But a lot of this deal has changed over time. But if you're saying he's lying about it, you're wrong. They're being transparent. He's not lying about it. That money was overages, and it's whatever's been budgeted is not being touched. And that's what he said. What was budgeted is not being touched. But I could see how some would say, okay, but isn't that property tax money? Yes, it is. But it's money that has not been budgeted and was there to do other things for. So that's what they're using. That's my take on it. And I think that's what we've heard Ken Hagan say, and Mr. Babby. And that makes sense to me. But if you want to, nitpick and you want to, you could do that. You could do that. You could say that. But I don't, what are we trying to be right here? Or are we trying to do something that is great for the community? So I just want to deal with those two things. Also, okay, next. And Timmy, you'll have some thoughts on this. So Brandon Sorsby is going to play for Texas Tech this year. So as I understood in the articles that I read, they brought in a judge from outside of Lubbock to make this determination. And it was Sorsby's lawyers that basically said, hold on, I'll do this. Basically said, look, our guy is in rehab for gambling addiction. And if you kick him off the team, it could go really, really bad. It could go really, really bad. And I'm like, okay, all right. So, that's not how it works. So he bet $90,000 total, twice on his team to lose, a team he was a member of, and many, many times to win, betting on his own team, betting on his team to win and lose. He's like the utmost sins of any player in any league. You would be ostracized, Pete Rose times 12. But in college football, if you bring in a judge in Texas to rule whether he can play or not for the season, shocking development. The judge is going to rule in the quarterback's favor. Shocking development.
So look, there's a lot of layers here, aren't there?
No, there's really not. There's really not. There's none. Now, and then I hear some of these teams go, oh, we're going to boycott the Texas Tech game. No, you're not. No, you're not going to boycott the Texas. Oh, because you're going to say goodbye to the $8 million gate that you're going to get? Yeah. Because you're on your principles. We're going to bear. Shut up, athletic director. What are you even talking about? I mean, I get it. The rest of college football is up in arms about this, and they should be.
Rightfully so.
This is a joke. This is a joke. We have become, in all of our institutions, a complete banana republic. Yeah. A complete banana republic. We elections, vote as long as you want. Just mail it in. You don't need an ID. Just write something down, and we'll figure out the rest. Send it in.
Vote for your dead parents.
You don't even have to send it in. We'll print them and have them delivered here ourselves. Don't even worry about it. We got it. We got it. The person that's down here, mathematically eliminated and capitulates, is going to somehow rise above the other guy. Totally legit. And we have courts and judges that will just make up law out of thin air based on political whims. And now we got this Giacomo who's going, oh, yeah. You know what? I really think it's going to damage him from a mental standpoint. His mental health is all that's really important here. So if we kick him off the team and he can't play anymore, then he's really going to go gamble. Oh, my Lord, he's going to go gamble if he's not playing. You know what? He's probably going to gamble anyway. I got news for you. While he's playing quarterback. I mean, are you serious? Timmy, what are we doing?
All right, look, first of all, from my perspective, who is a huge Texas Tech fan, number one, I never thought there would be a million years in which any court or judge ruled him eligible for this year or for the rest of his eligibility. I've already written articles saying that he'll never play college football ever again, and it's right and rightfully so. I mean, it's the right decision.
Of course.
It's a no-brainer. It is common sense. However, now that we've gotten here, I don't want to say the reaction isn't justified. I think it's a little knee-jerk on a lot of these schools. We'll never play Texas Tech. We're bored.
Yeah,
okay, for the reasons that you just said, money, right?
Yeah,
You're not going to turn down. What are you going to go? You're going to go schedule Angelo State University and instead? Come on, give me a break. But here's the other side of this. Texas Tech is getting nailed for this. He's never freaking played for Texas Tech. He was their transfer trophy.
Yeah.
Where in the hell is the hatred now and the punishment for Cincinnati, who knew he was doing this and played him anyway for Indiana? I know he didn't play for Indiana, but he was on the roster.
Yeah.
Where's all these wins that are going to get vacated for Cincinnati, where he started and won while he was doing this? Nobody is talking about this. And I don't get it. But again, that's a different layer. That's a different topic, the Cincinnati aspect of it. Should he play? Hell no. But if he's going to play, everybody needs to buy into it and say it's for the money. It's the money he's going to make the school, the money he's going to make the conference, and the money he's going to make for the opponents who come to play him or who host the games where he plays. Now, if I'm Brendan Sorsby, I'm looking at this like, I'm going to be the most hated man in college football wherever I go.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when Brian Bosworth played for Oklahoma, JP?
Yep.
Brian Bosworth didn't do anything wrong, but he was abrasive because of his personality. He was the most hated man in college football everywhere he went. This is that times 10.
He played the heel. He played the heel so well from a wrestling standpoint.
And he did it well. This is so much worse than that. It's going to be on the road games for Brendan Sorsby, dude. The signs, the mocking, the radio hosts that cover I can't even imagine how bad it's going to be for him. Why he would want to put himself into this? He doesn't need the money. He doesn't need the $5 million. Well, I mean, it depends on how much he's lost.
I think he's lost a lot. I think he's lost a shit ton of money. It's way more than 90,000. I know that.
I can't imagine any of it is worth what he is going to put him through emotionally.
Well, he doesn't have any choice, in my opinion. Listen, he's a quarterback. That's all. What else is he going to do? Is he going to quit and say, no, I don't want the $5 million? No, he's got to take the money. Yeah. He's got to, and he can turn his life around. I hope he does.
Sure.
I honestly, this is, to me, it's not about, Sorsby. It's about our institutions and what we're allowing. This is ridiculous. College, we are just absolutely pissing away the greatest game I've ever seen. With college football at its height, and yes, I've covered the heyday of Florida State and Miami and Florida. It was the greatest thing I'd ever seen. It was the best sport ever. I mean, Saturday night, Miami, FSU. I mean, come on, I can just start naming names of the players that have come through and 1 versus 2, 3 versus 4, 1 versus. I mean, that's all it was. Top 5 matchups for 15 years. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen. Packed stadiums, full of electricity, tailgates. I mean, it was just the greatest thing ever. And we're shitting all over it. It makes me so angry that our leaders have allowed this to happen. And now we got this is allowed. I hope Sorsby turns his life around. I hope he has a great year and he's not, I'll bet on that. But it's the institutions. Ridiculous.
It's inexcusable, man. It is inexcusable. And look, if he takes the field, I'm gonna cheer for Texas Tech. I'm gonna love it. I think he's a badass. But what if he is so good he is a Heisman candidate at the end of the year, JP? What are we gonna do then? Is the Heisman committee gonna make him ineligible because of their values and crap like that?
He won't win it.
This is opening a whole. I know, but the possibility is there.
Frankly. Nathan Stout said, JP, have you noticed it's the same 2 or 3 people as soon as the stadium article is posted, commenting, trashing, and harassing literally every supporter? It's almost seemed like they're paid to do so. I'm going to say this, Nathan. I think they are. I think they are. I don't think this opposition to the stadium is organic at all. I 100% believe there's a force out there. Maybe it's people in Orlando. Maybe it's, I'm not going to say his name because he'll sue me. But people that are interested in bringing the team to Orlando and other places, maybe it's people from Nashville, maybe it's people from Raleigh, Durham. I don't know. But I do think 100%, I think this is an organized. I think these people are being paid because either that or they don't have jobs, and this is all they do. It's all they do. There's no way, as much as they comment, shadow of the stadium, you know who these jabronis are. You know who they are. Yes, I am 100%. I think the TBT is part of it. I mean, I don't know what not them being paid, but they've picked up on the whole idea of listen, every negative story we write about this is going to get 1 million clicks, as has the Business Journal, as has every person that does videos now. Guilty. But at least I'm doing it for different, very on top of the board. I'm passionate about it. I'm biased about it, and you know why. But these other people, no, I think there's definitely an organized effort, and it's being paid for to tank this deal. Absolutely, I do. 100%. And there's people, within some of these decision-making bodies that are part of that. 100%, because it doesn't make sense. All this public opposition for this, that's something that people have wanted for so long. It doesn't make sense to me. This deal is so good. I wish I could find out how, but I don't think we'll ever know. But I do think absolutely it's an organized effort. Garrett Thorson says, Nathan, they're in St. Pete and desperately want the Rays to stay there. I don't think it's. I think we even this, the halfway brained people know that it's not going to St. Pete. They're already redeveloping that. They're already making plans for it. Michael Lewis says the only thing more corrupt than college football might be international soccer.
Oh my God! Right? Good Lord.
Jeff Stutler says, agree, JP. They are paid to oppose the stadium. I agree. And Kurt Thorson said this: Clendenin has indicated he's going to motion the vote for the $100 million CRA to be pushed to mid-July. Nothing to sweat. No, Ken Hagan told us this the other day. The next major vote's going to be mid-July, and the CRA thing was going to be postponed. We learned that 2 weeks ago. We told you that. Now it's suddenly a big thing, and yes, it's a good thing because right now they don't have the votes, so you don't want to vote on it right now because they don't have the votes. It's still being negotiated to placate some of the city council members. And listen, again, there are some of the city council members that are, in their minds, they're doing, and they're doing the right thing. They're protecting how they see they're protecting the taxpayer. Now, I think some of them define that wrongly, but I think Guido Maniscalco had some he had some legitimate questions about the CIT money. And so they can move it around and say this money is going just for infrastructure for the non-stadium part. They can do that. And then he can say, okay, then that's right here it says CIT. We talked about this infrastructure for development that'll pay the city. Yes, that would work. So once they get that negotiated, that's fine. Then you get Guido's vote and we're good, 4-3. I think that's a very doable thing. I think maybe Carlson can be flipped on some of these things. Seems like a reasonable man. I don't agree with his public-private stance on not doing any public-private partnerships whatsoever, that we should never give any money to any private companies. He said that at the council. I would disagree with that. I don't think you can actually be on the council and believe that, because you have to do public-private partnerships in a lot of different ways. They just did a one down at the port that is going to bring in lots of money. And there's airports, ports, railroads. I mean, everything can be public-private. So anyway, I think this postponing the CRA is a good thing as they continue to negotiate things that will help them. All right, we're going to take another break. When we come back on the other side, I believe we have Anchor in the backstage waiting. This is the man that predicted a freaking earthquake that was felt in Florida. I've lived here my entire life. We've never had an earthquake, and this dude predicted it on Twitter, among a lot of other things. So I got to know how the hell he's doing this, and what's next.
Might not tell.
What's next? All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. Orestes is going to join us to talk a little Rays at the end of the show as well. Stay with us. JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000, and all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you. As the Rays enjoy being back in their Tropicana Field home this season that was ravaged by Hurricane Milton, Italiano Insurance wants to remind us all how important it is to be properly insured. 40% of you are underinsured. That can mean financial disaster. Let the experienced and friendly agents at Italiano shop your policies for the best price and the right coverage. Italiano saved me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year, over $500 on our homeowners insurance. They can do the same for you. That's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Cost less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with our all-star agents at Italiano Insurance, or call our Boca Grande office at 941-964-0400. Hey, the Golden Diamond Source wants to be your family jeweler, so don't wait any longer to find that one-of-a-kind perfect engagement ring for that special someone in your life. At the Golden Diamond Source, they can design anything you want personally. The Golden Diamond Source can help you trade in your old broken jewelry and use it towards a new purchase as well. And with gold prices at record high, now is the best time to do it. They only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source, so if it's a real love, it should be a real natural diamond. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Bad idea. And with the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyer program, you can learn all about the 4 C's in all the different shapes and styles. And they are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And don't forget, 0% financing for up to 5 years. If you finance $5,000, it's only $83 a month. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source Diamond, 3800 Almerton Road, always online at goldendiamond.com.
It's a love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch and everything, is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season once again. In addition to all the great food and service you get, $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch roofing, roofing done right.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by those great folks at Pitch Roofing. Don't forget, with hurricane season now coming up, you want to get to know who your roofer is going to be. If something were to happen and you need some roof work along with 2 million other people at the same time, you see what I'm saying here? Make sure you get to know the folks at Pitch Roofing right away so you can get in line and they will come service you and get it done quickly. It's pitchroofing.com. Just go to their website and find them out. They'll come out, give you a free estimate, and go through the process if something were to happen, how they would handle that. So I highly recommend you get to know your roofer right away. Pitchroofing.com and learn about your roof. See how much life you have in it. Because you never know when an earthquake might happen. Holy shiz. That's right. We had an earthquake out in just off the shores of Cuba. First one that I can remember in my 62 years of living in Florida that we could actually feel an earthquake. And our next guest actually predicted it. And joining us from Norway is Ankur Argawala, if I got that correct. He's a geopolitical analyst, risk evaluator, and leading judicial astrologer, a poet, and I guess he likes movies too. How are you? Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
All right. So I saw on your Twitter, you drew a line. You draw these lines on a map and you say, yes, an earthquake is going to happen along this line. And yesterday, a 6.1 magnitude quake off the coast of Cuba that was felt all over the state of Florida. I was on the road. I didn't feel it at that particular time, but I know a lot of people did. How did you know that was happening?
Yeah, so all my predictions are based on astrophysics, rather than geophysics. Because as you know, the USGS position that earthquakes cannot be predicted, but because they look at the geology, and of course geology shows you the faults, which are the tectonic plates, how they're colliding and all that. But based on geological inputs, you cannot predict an earthquake. What I look at is planetary configurations, where a planet is, how the moon phases are, and different planets are located at what particular angle to the Earth in their orbital paths. So that's the basic.
So how the planets align. Now we all know how the planets align causes the moon, causes tides. So we know how the planets aligning can affect things on Earth. This is how you do it?
Yes, So they basically have a correlation. One cannot say it probably is not causality. It's not a causal relationship. Probably it needs further investigation, further scientific investigation. And there is a lot of scientific literature on this field. It's not just something, not just a fringe thing. There is a lot of research science papers based on astrophysics, how you can predict earthquakes in particular. I also predict weather. But earthquakes in particular, which are anyway very difficult to, which are impossible to predict in general, considered to be that. So I have had a very good success so far, as you can see from this itself. I think it is on, because I usually do not publish everything on Twitter. It would go crazy. I have my own website where I publish all the predictions. But because this was so much like leaping out to me from the data, that the Western Cuba, near Western Cuba, there will be an earthquake, which will be, I had said at least magnitude 5.7. I had said on 6th of June that in 7th to 17th of June, this would happen. And it indeed has happened in Western Cuba. And I did not even know at that time that in this area, such a big earthquake has never happened. It's the biggest earthquake in recorded history. It's good sometimes not to know things. Otherwise, you hesitate to call you are calling something so boldly.
Now, well, the biggest question for people in Florida, is another one going to hit? We're going to have another one hit?
This prediction line, which I had given, is 7th to 17th. So I think some aftershocks may happen, but I don't think a big earthquake will happen again now in this area.
Not a big, okay. Well, that's good to know. Now, you say you also predict weather. Can you predict hurricanes? Do you know how many hurricanes will hit Florida?
I do predict
or when?
sometimes like very, very strong winds. What I see is on the, so sometimes they may take the form of storms. Sometimes they may take the form of tornadoes. So what I see on from the planetary configurations is that some region will face very strong winds. That's what I usually see. But I've been focusing more on earthquakes because whether I trust the meteorologists are doing a good enough job, they can predict at least 10, 15 days of weather. So I predict a lot on earthquakes because that is something which people are unable to predict.
You just predicted one in the Philippines that just happened as well, correct?
Yes, that also I had predicted. But in that case, I had thought it would be magnitude 5.5, but it turned out to be 7.5 plus. So I did not get the magnitude that right. But I mean, of course, it's still what I was thinking is a moderate earthquake, or at least at the most magnitude 6. But it turned out to be magnitude 7.8, and a lot of people died in that earthquake, so which is very sad. So
now you also predict just bad things happening too, like train wrecks and stuff like that.
Yes, accidents and such things. Yeah. So
how does that work?
All that is correlated. Again, everything is completely based on planetary configuration. So, for example, if let's say Mars here, which is the planet associated in, if you go to astrology, the other side of it, then it's associated with the energy, and too much energy can lead to accidents and all that. So all these planets, how they are aligned with the Earth, and
You did one. You put a line through. It was near the Dominican Republic that something would happen, and there was a plane crash that was
there was
associated with a baseball player.
There was a plane crash. I think La Romana in Dominican Republic, and I think two of the people died there.
Okay. So, wow. Can you do sports? Who's winning the Super Bowl this year? Can you give me a little hint?
I don't try to go into sports. Because
big money in that. Big money in there, Anchor. We can make some money now. Come on, bro. I need you to start zeroing in on some sports here, pal. No?
The thing is that sometimes a person can go wrong. And if people, what you have like said, because people are passionate, first of all, very passionate about sports. The second thing is that some of them might be tempted to bet money on it. And then, if you're
then
wrong,
they'll get pissed at you. You don't want that. So you want no part of that. All right. So what is there anything predicted along the Florida coast or anywhere near Florida? Any other stuff that you got going on?
No, I think that area looks overall quite safe. I think, I think
that's good.
There's some elements probably in the northeast of US. I think some
in the northeast. What do we got there?
What I see is some troubles to some authorities, but I don't know which authority it would be. Some
troubles to authorities in the northeast.
Yeah, some authority figures or some powerful people or authority figures. I think some troubles can happen in the northeast of US. Yes.
Some powerful people.
New York, Washington, D.C. area, basically. That area. So let's see. Again, between 7th to 17th.
7th to 17th. Of June.
Yes.
Well, according to a lot of people, Trump made the Knicks lose last night, so that may have already come true. So I think you hit that one. I think you nailed that one. That was that's sports related. So yeah. All right. Aker, listen, let's stay in touch. What's the name of your website? Let's get the name of the website out there.
Astro Weather Watch.
Astro Weather Watch.
.substack.com. It's on Substack.
Okay. All right. So, all right. Well, keep us posted if there's any more earthquakes in Florida. I want to know about that or anything. This is going to be fascinating. And keep tweeting too. I love your tweets. And we'll put you might get a bunch of followers here following this interview. So thank you, Anchor. I appreciate you, buddy.
Thanks for having me again.
Keep doing it. Keep up the good work. That's good stuff.
Thanks.
All right. What do you think about that, Timmy?
Holy moly, dude.
My man.
Everybody can find him at astroweatherwatch.substack.com. That's where you can find his brilliant information. I don't know, man. I'm like you. I'm interested in the sports part of it, but I'm a weatherphile. I love the weather. I love Earth. I mean, I don't love earthquakes, but I love the weather, and I love predicting the weather and things like that. So I'm going to be a subscriber after today for sure.
All right, Big O, you want it? Big O's here. He was here. He was listening to the last part of that. The dude just report.
I just subscribed while you were talking about it.
He predicted an earthquake in Florida, like right on the line.
Are you kidding me?
No, the day before it happened, he predicted it.
That's wild.
And you've lived here longer than I have.
Yeah.
We ever had an earthquake? They felt it in Miami.
They felt it in Miami.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of friends that were like, dude.
The high rises were waving a little bit at you.
I've been in earthquakes in Tokyo.
In Japan, yeah.
No
like
fun.
Big ones?
And thankfully never a big one by their estimations, but then they're all always in hotels. And I'd be like up on the top floor somewhere.
Yeah, that's when you really feel it.
What? Dude,
I
you're
would shite
literally laying in bed.
I would shite myself.
And all of a sudden the thing start like literally shaking like this. And you're like, the first time many, many years ago, I was like, what the, and I just want to get on my feet because I just want to get my bearings. And then I ran down to the lobby and they're calm as a cucumber.
Oh, it's nothing.
Yeah. They're like,
that happens all the time.
No? And they're like, no, I think it was a 4.5. It's not that big a deal. Our hotel is on rockers. So that's
You're
why
fine. Don't worry. You're not going anywhere. Unless we get a really big one.
Bro.
I was literally on the air doing a Bucs pregame show in San Francisco in the parking lot at Candlestick Park. This had to be early aughts. And I was on the air was throwing it to a package. And I stopped in mid-sentence. I went, whoa.
You
I went, whoa.
Because you can feel it.
I said, I think, and I looked across the parking lot because it was empty.
Right.
So it was this big sea of asphalt. And I would see this.
No.
Yeah. And the truck operator who lives in San Francisco is all, he was in my ear. And he goes, yeah, that was an earthquake. Like just like it was
no big deal.
Like a bolt of lightning. Yeah, it was an earthquake. I'm like, did we just have an earthquake? And he said, yeah. He goes, that was a small one. That's probably 3 or 4.
One day, man.
I was like, holy
Hammam, one day Texas is going to become California.
We might have a West Coast, huh?
Because you guys is going to break off. Jeez,
that's no
amazing.
Joke. But this guy's on point, huh?
Yeah, and it's all about the planets, and it's not just like how the planets pull, but like sociological things that happen with. Now, I mean, I'll say that's a pretty broad prediction that something, in a 10-day period, authorities in New York or Washington, something major is going to happen.
That's a little scary to hear.
I mean, that's but it could have been what happened last night to the Knicks.
Yeah, they were not happy with Trump showing up. By the way, they booed the heck out of him.
I mean, why can't the Spurs fans be happy?
Huh?
Spurs fans aren't cursing Trump; they're applauding him.
Yeah, of course they are.
MMA fans are always giving them the standing ovation, but the Knicks fans are like,
I feel like all those. Look, I'll tell you right now, I'm not a conspiracy guy. I guarantee you 90% of the boos you heard on TV were piped in by the network.
Oh, wow. Talk about controversy.
Yeah. I could tell.
Conspiracy.
I didn't see that part of the
well, I don't know if he personally paid off the referees, but there was
yeah, well, I think there's a little bit something else going on there.
Because the NBA wanting a series.
They would have no financial interest in a series going 7 as opposed to a sweep.
A sweep.
Oh, they would have no interest in that, would they?
They want
having 3 more games.
I think they want the Knicks eventually to win.
Sure, they do,
because that's great for the game.
It's this is the first time an NBA Finals has captivated the country
in a long time,
and probably 25 years. You think they want a 4-game sweep?
Yeah, you'd have to go Celtics. When was the last time you had Celtics Lakers?
Yeah,
like that.
maybe.
That was it. That'd be it.
Yeah, going back to the Jordan days.
Yeah,
I think maybe it would have to. Not like this. I mean, last night the average ticket price was $7,700.
Was it
courtside going for $1 million?
No,
$1 million.
No.
Yeah, Yeah, people, but they
did
were
not see that.
they were doing lotteries for $1 million for courtside tickets.
No wonder some people had when I'm watching the game and they had their hands on their heads because they're like, I came here to see a win and I paid $500,000.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking courtside.
Yeah.
Men were like,
yeah.
When Castle hit both those, if you watch the recap, Castle hits like the second shot, and this guy just puts his hand because it was over.
I just spent $500,000.
I wanted a win. I
didn't even see a Knicks win.
Wow.
Poor bastards.
Yeah,
I feel really bad.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of pulling for the Knicks. They're just a likable
I was a
group
Knicks
of
fan
guys.
as a kid because I was I was a left-handed basketball player, and I mostly played power forward, and so my guy was Willis Reed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I was a big Willis Reed.
That 73 team was badass.
Yeah. So I was like
Clyde the Glide, Earl the Pearl
during that time, and just started.
Well, he had cool nicknames back then.
Bob Bradley, who didn't have a nickname, he's senator.
No, Bill.
Bill Bradley.
And
yeah,
he
Bill
did. And he
Bradley.
did.
Bill
Have a
Bradley,
nickname.
yeah.
What was his name?
Dollar Bill Bradley.
Dollar Bill Bradley.
Yeah, he was Dollar Bill.
He was the original Dollar Bill.
He was Dollar Bill Bradley.
Wow.
And he was known. You know what he was known for?
And the other forward was
Phil Jackson was on
who's that came off the bench. The other guy, great name, Dave DeBuscher.
Dave DeBuscher. Yeah. Dave DeBuscher.
Yeah, that was
actually. I think he even started. It was
he was
Jackson. Jackson that came.
Yeah, Jackson came off the
Jackson
bench.
was a 6-man guy.
Yeah.
No, Dollar Bill, because he was also known for setting up, and he was one of the quickest shoots. You know, like he didn't have to dribble. He would just get the pass, and Dollar Bill Bradley was on point. That was a great Knicks team. Great
Knicks team.
Yeah.
And this one, I think if they win, will obviously go down in history.
Yes,
but but it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't have the regal feel of that 73 team. I don't know. Maybe
I don't know. I
Jalen Brunson will forever be a hero.
Exactly. Yeah. And Cat, I mean,
those guys will never pay for a steak.
And then you have that Villanova connection, which is massive. To think that they've got not only three players but three starters.
Yeah.
From Nova.
Yeah. Crazy.
All
right, but that's not why you're here.
Yeah, well,
I talk about the Rays' big win last night over the Red Sox.
Sports.
You are well versed
with an emphasis on baseball, but I love all sports, man. And
your basketball.
Great. So I definitely know my basketball.
So break it down for me last night. What cost the Knicks the game? Turnovers early were ugly.
Turnovers
they
early.
Look nervous.
There's no doubt that the referees let the Spurs play aggressively. So that dictated a lot.
Yeah, that was a brawl last night.
That was a physical back in the day, Bulls, Pistons type of a game.
Bill Laimbeer, Charles Oakley type deal.
Yeah, going up against, Cartwright and
yeah.
So no doubt that this was a slugfest. A lot, the second half, you can't negate looking at 28 free throws compared to 10 for the Knicks. So
that's concerning.
That's massively. Why is he playing some music early?
I don't know. I think it's just that's talking music.
Is that
that's the Big O NBA.
It's the Big O music,
report,
man.
The NBA
Big O NBA report.
Yeah. No, I like that little bit. So phenomenal. Wemby was, I think it was the first time that he's shown up. You got to start thinking. This team for the Spurs has 22-year-olds, 20-year-olds.
Oh, they're young.
So. This is a very young team. This is a dynasty in the making. I think they have multiple championships in the future, whether it starts this year or not. You're gonna, I think the NBA is very, very healthy with the fact that if the Knicks win, healthy. If Boston comes back and Tatum is back to his norm and and all that, good, because the East is covered. And then you have two teams in the West that are going to be knocking heads for arguably a decade.
Right. Yeah,
with OKC and the Spurs.
It was fun to watch.
Nice to see basketball. I will say this:
the whole celebrity thing was crazy, and
it was a little over the top. But I will say this: for the United States of America, here we come up on 250 again, and I think we're going to build this up even in the fine JP Peterson channel.
Yeah, we are.
That is Fan Stream Sports. Sports right now is palatable.
On fire.
It's on fire. when you think about, okay, the hockey playoffs, the NBA playoffs.
See the game tonight.
You've got football with the OTAs and around
baseball.
the corner. Baseball is rocking.
Yeah.
It's hot. It's never been more popular in a long, long time.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah.
World Cup
is here.
Jesus.
You just had the Memorial.
Great finish yesterday.
Great
the Memorial.
Yeah. So sports, which is for me, and I believe for millions and millions, it brings countries and areas, if not globally, together. That's why I love the Olympics, because it's an opportunity. So take advantage of that. It crosses barriers, it crosses socioeconomic type things, and that's why we're here at the Fan Stream Sports trying to bring people together.
It can also it can be an agent for social change in so many ways.
In so many ways.
Yeah.
Not to mention when you build stadiums,
positively and negatively.
When you build stadiums in the right place, and then that goes accordingly.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Did you see the rumor of the Cubs going to Wisconsin and all that?
No,
come on now.
That must have been a fake thing.
It was a fake thing, but do you think they would ever leave?
No.
You think
they're not leaving Wrigley? First of all, they'll never leave Wrigley.
They just built Wrigleyville and all that stuff.
I know, but I mean, do you think that they would just
no help from the government?
They continue to just build off of that and and just do their thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Bears thing is it's hilarious. Yeah. But it's not funny to the people of Chicago.
No,
but I think it's very informative. It should be very informative for the politicians in Tampa. When you have an iconic franchise like this, and the Rays I'm not putting them in the category of the Chicago Bears,
nor the Kansas City Chiefs,
but to Tampa, it's really important. Like the Rays are very, very important to this area, and we're emotionally attached to this. And if they vote if they don't do this and they leave town, which I think they will, there's too many other places out there that can't wait to have this type of build out in their city, and what all that brings in terms of jobs.
I do.
And economic.
I have a devil's advocate question for you, because you've been as connected to this without being part owner of the Rays or one of the politicians. I don't think there's a singular constituent, let's say, even though you are in the public eye and very well so and very respected. Let me ask you this question, because I was thinking about it just a couple of days ago this weekend and watching the Rays and thinking, there's no way we could lose the Rays. The vacuum that would be created would be felt for decades. Not just I think it would be, talk about the microcosm of like how much sport is ingrained in the area. I think it would be devastating. Then I was thinking of like the Oakland A's leaving in that area. And I don't know if I can compare Oakland to Tampa, because it's a different scenario. You know what I mean? Tampa Bay.
Way different,
right?
Yeah, there's another team in the market.
There's another team in the market. Yeah. There's a lot.
But to that fan base, that's crushing.
It had to be crushing. So I ask you this question. This thing goes, if it goes sideways or it gets stalled, two things, and a two-part question. Do they extend to further talk, and even if it changes their wanting the 29 and the whole thing, do they extend going like, okay, this really is our best situation, we need to go back to the drawing board with them, figure it out, add us $100 million? Or the second part of the question, instead of looking completely away from Tampa Bay, do they kind of regroup? What's your gut feeling of the group? Because it only has been, when you still think about it, they've only owned the team for 6 months.
Yeah. It's a good question. I'll be honest with you, I have not asked Ken Babby or Bill Crossgrove that. I have not asked them that.
I don't think you should.
But I think you don't have to be a brain surgeon to see what's going on out there in some of these other locales.
Yeah.
I mean, Timmy just told us that the city of Plano,
Texas,
not Dallas,
right?
Not Fort Worth, not
right.
Arlington, the city of Plano just ponied up $700 million for the Mavericks. Really? Public money in a fucking week.
It took a week.
And
Seriously, Timmy?
It took because they know They know what
I
that's
don't even
going
know
to.
where Plano is.
It's
So they
north of
announced the
Dallas.
move. They announced the Stars announced the move just last week. They found a new spot. It's in a big area. It's a commercial area. There's a big Willow Bend Mall there. They're going to build a $1 billion arena with a $1 to $3 billion entertainment district around it. They just announced this last week. The city of Plano, which is just so. Think about Frisco, where the Cowboys are. Just south of that is Plano.
Okay.
So it's in between Dallas and Frisco. It's just outside of Dallas. It's a suburb, obviously.
Right.
It took them a week to approve the city providing $700 million.
They're like, they put their hands up right away and go, we can do it.
Yeah, because they do the numbers.
They know.
And that's for 41 hockey games.
Yes.
Not 81 baseball games, but 41 hockey games. They can do the math. And they understand if we bring 20,000 people to this area 41 times, of what that means for the city of Plano
and the surrounding,
and how much,
and a little mini battery.
Yeah,
That
it's a fucking no brainer. And for what's on the table here in Tampa is so much more than any of that.
Right.
So my feeling is, if there's a ownership group that's willing to spend $8 to $10 billion to build a battery style thing around a new baseball stadium,
battery,
and there's only 2 expansion teams and there's 10 cities,
right?
You guys can do the freaking math. If you were the owner of said asset, would you not pick your ass up and go, oh, they want to give us $2 billion? I can't squeeze, 976 out of the 11th largest market, and all the way we've been treated since we've gotten here by the local newspaper, the television stations. We thought we'd be coming in here as conquering heroes, but evidently everybody thinks we're thieves and are treating us that way.
Right.
If I were them, I'd just say,
that we're not only thieves, but misappropriating.
Right. And I can go to any one of these other teams and they'll get it done in a week, and I don't have to and roll out the red carpet. I don't know. What would you do?
Well, that explanation, that Plano, Texas explanation is just a kind of a, that along with, KC Chiefs moving across to a sweeter deal. The Royals going to be building some big boy deal downtown. Teams are being coveted.
Yeah.
That's
except
the
here.
word.
Except here.
So it'll happen though. But I just wondered, because there is there a plan B or C that still is Tampa area,
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, plan A is big and beautiful. So
I mean,
let's stay with that.
I just, the more I look at local government, because now I've seen it in action, and I see what, you've got 2 people on the council that are totally politicizing this vote for their own gain, in my opinion. We've got another one that doesn't know how to work a computer.
Right.
I mean, it's just, it's Ocala, and no wonder shit doesn't get done in the city the way it should get done. No wonder we have all these, these deficit problems and things that have potholes everywhere. Right. Okay. No wonder we don't have any mass transit. I mean, if this is the way we run things here, this is how we have such a poor ability to see the vision and where things are going.
Yeah.
And plan for the future. I mean, it's just, and the county.
I'll tell you what
the county seems. The county figured it out. The county's done some great stuff. This city commission.
And I'll tell you what kind of like pushes it over the edge for me.
And it's not all the city commission, by the way. It's a few.
Is the beloved mayor Jane Castor basically on her way out.
Yeah.
Like is so endorsing of this.
Yeah.
And this is a person that is Tampa.
Yeah.
Right.
And the city commission hates the mayor because the mayor has more power than they do.
Right.
So we're going to get back at the mayor and not let this pass because we don't like the mayor.
And because they want to be mayor.
Great. Because they want to be mayor. So you want to play politics with the biggest opportunity in the history of your city.
She is 100% in, and this is a person
because you don't like the mayor.
And this is a person that leans to the left, honestly, that tends, is going to be more about the protecting the people and
she
is all in.
Yeah. Because she can figure it out.
Figure it out that this is good for the people.
Yeah. All right, Timmy's mad at us. All right, let's
Well, no, we'll got
I've never
plenty of
said
talk
anything.
about Braves.
Mr. Anti-stadium talk.
Actually,
No.
I have a stadium question for you
Texas,
boys.
though.
Actually,
That's awesome.
Oh, he has a stadium
I
question.
have a stadium.
Oh.
No, it's not Tampa Stadium.
Then what do we
So
care?
all of this crap about the Bears.
Yeah.
I want y'all's opinion on this. They're moving to Hammond, Indiana, which is a suburb of Chicago.
Right.
Yes, it's in a different state, but it is literally 1 mile across the state line.
Right.
It is 40 minutes from downtown Chicago.
Same market. Yeah.
It's the
More
same
akin to
market.
moving from St. Pete to Tampa.
I don't
100%.
understand what all the freaking big deal is about the Bears moving. I don't get it. I don't understand.
I think it's a good question. I do absolutely think it's because it is. There's still state. It's more like it's kind of like the problem is it's across the state line and it's politics. It's hard blue Democrat run city to a red state.
Right.
And it's and all that comes with that. And it's the red state going, yeah, we'll give you $1 billion because we know what we're going to get back.
Because the red states know what they're doing. That's why.
The red folks tend to build things, and the blue folks tend to tear them down.
Yeah.
I mean that's just fact.
Or stay status quo.
Yeah. You know,
Because if they were moving 40 minutes in any other direction,
yeah,
none of this would be happening because it's still Illinois, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't think it's distance, right? Like they're not worried about, oh, well, God, it's in another, we're driving. No, it's not. It's ridiculous. Look at freaking Cincinnati. Their airport is in Kentucky.
Correct.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. I listen. I get it, but I think there's but also it's such an iconic thing.
That's
such an iconic.
That's
thing.
why I was
And-
joking about
and
the
the way
Cubs
and the way
because-
that the politicians treated the Bears. I mean, I don't think the Bears were looking for to some boondoggle thing. They just said, hey, can you not? We don't want to get hit with $53 million tax bill every year.
Correct.
We're looking for a little bit of help there, and that's money that they hadn't even gotten yet. But they were then, and they're like, "Nah, we're not helping you. You can either stay or leave." And they said, "Well, then fuck it, we'll leave." Which is exactly what's going to happen. You could sit there and say, "We don't want to give money to billionaires," or "This isn't a good deal," but you better know when you say that means you're leaving. And if you think Pritzker's going to get reelected if he doesn't cook the books, and Brandon John, either one of them going to be, in a fair election, either one of them would get reelected after this nonsense? Hell no.
Look,
Hell to the no.
Let me say so. I have two things to say to Bears fans. Number one, because I know there's a lot of y'all in Tampa. Number one,
huge amount.
Go get yourself a freaking quarterback because you don't have one yet. I'm tired of hearing about Caleb Williams. Number two, there is nothing.
USC.
There is nothing historic or nostalgic about Soldier Field.
Well, that's not
okay.
I don't know.
No. Listen to me. Let me
columns of Soldier Field.
Can I finish? I get where it came from, and I get what it used to be. Soldier Field's been around since the 20s. I understand what the memorial is for. I understand all of that. However, the Bears have only been playing there since the 70s. It's not like they played in the 20s. The Bears destroyed what was historic Soldier Field when they remodeled it in 25 years ago now.
Yeah.
There is nothing left of the historic stadium that's been around other than the columns on the outside that you can't see anymore. That stadium is a toilet. It is a toilet. They destroyed it 25 years ago.
Those are all excellent points, but I would say this: the Bears spent $2 billion, or I forget what the number was. It's probably not that, to buy Arlington Park, and wanted to stay there. So they were in it for a lot of public private money, and as far as I know, they weren't asking for a ton of public money other than what every other NFL team seems to get, and every other team gets maybe a 50-50 split to build the stadium. They already acquired the land.
Yeah.
And they were going to keep it. And to me, it seemed like from what Kevin Warren said and all the Bears people is like they not only did they not lift a finger to help them, they were just trying to find ways to screw them and get more money out of them, thinking there's no way they would ever leave Chicago. And they wanted to be there, and they said, no, we can. We can go right over the border and still take advantage of the market. We'll still have our fans.
Yeah,
they'll still
the
come.
fans are not going to go.
But you know what? Chicago's not going to get a penny of revenue. Yeah. Not a penny. Not a penny. When they could have gotten a lot. They could have worked with the team like Tampa should do, and built an entertainment center, and they would have gotten property tax money, not to $53 million a year. But
how similar is this to the Braves leaving downtown and going to a different county?
Yeah, I mean, the city of Atlanta lost out on a crap ton of revenue. All of these tens of millions that are going into Cobb County, and that's a lot of Atlanta residents that are going into Cobb County and leaving their money there.
Yeah.
That's not coming back to Atlanta. Yeah, that was honestly a very stupid thing that the mayor did at the time to allow them to get it. Now, they would have, they could have relocated maybe north of the city within the city limits.
I mean, yeah, because the land part was difficult.
Yeah.
But they could have figured it out north of the city.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give the mayor this much credit, and I always have, is that he at that particular time, he knew he didn't have public money for the Braves. He had to choose between the Braves and the Falcons, and the Braves weren't going to leave the market.
Mm-hmm.
He knew the plan, so he's like, well, they're not going anywhere, really.
Yeah, we're not going
to lose money.
Yeah,
we're going to lose opportunity.
Yeah, and it's still in a county over, and still Georgia. This is different because you're literally leaving Illinois, even though it's right over the border. It's more akin to the KC, the Chiefs, and what they're doing.
Yeah.
The bottom line is, what we know is these entertainment districts with an anchor tenant of a sports team are killing it.
Yes,
they're absolutely killing it, and they're bringing in tons of revenue. Everybody wants to get in on it. It's finally a way where you can actually make money off stadiums. For years and years, I get it. They weren't the best of deals, but we've seen too many transformations now and too many places where this did work, that to think this is some type of big risk here in Tampa.
Yeah, that is not going to continue to happen all over the nation.
Yeah. Silly. All right. We'll be talking all kinds of Rays baseball coming up here with Big O.
Mainly that we beat up on the Boston Red Sox.
They're going to do it again tonight. Absolutely. So we'll be doing that. So do not miss that. Big thanks to Anchor Argawala, who joined us. Great prediction. That's crazy stuff.
By the way, I have posted links to all of his stuff on Twitter. So you guys
awesome.
I'm in, man.
Go check it out. Back in about 20 minutes with the Big O. Stay with us.